All right, everybody. I'm hoping that you're all able to hear me. एक बार सब लोग फटाफट chat के अंदर confirm करेंगे. I have somebody who's been exactly the same place that you all are 1 year back. We have from our family of MBA Litmus, one of our students from the last year. We have Anshita, who is at IIM Kozhikode. Gives us immense pleasure and happiness and honor to invite Anshita to our discussion today. आज काफी सारी अमेजिंग चीजें हम पता करेंगे आईएम कोडी कोड के बारे में, लाइफ एट आईएम कोडी कोड के बारे में, अंदर की बातें क्या चल रहा है अभी और किस टाइप का स्ट्रेस लेवल है, सोने को मिलता है कि नहीं, ये सारी चीजें आज आज आपको पता चलेंगे आईएम कोडी कोड के अंदर। अंशिता, वेलकम। हाउ यू डूइंग?
Thank you, sir. I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
आई एम डूइंग गुड। आई एम नॉट इन द बी स्कूल।
I'm surviving.
Yeah, surviving is the next new good or next achievement inside a B school। मतलब survive कर गया तो बस बात काफी सही है। So
Yeah.
Anshita, tell us a little bit more about what the last 1 month has been like। क्या क्या होता है पहले जब आप बी स्कूल के अंदर जाते हो? Excitement, I'm sure it's there, but how would you describe it?
Honestly, it doesn't feel like it's been 1 month, but it feels like it's been a year. So both at the same time.
Okay.
Uh, I have no registration of what day it is, honestly, but it's very lovely to be here. Campus is beautiful. It feels like I'm on a resort. So I actually keep thinking I should sit more outside, should just stare at the sky or the scenery 5 minutes more for today, because the time is passing so fast, and the professors are great, the lectures are great, the club activities, elections, everything is so great. And honestly, do the sleep is last thing on your mind. It doesn't come to your mind. You are so habitual about it. I used
Yes.
to think, how will I survive in the school when people say that you can't sleep, but it's a culture. Like, everybody is awake at 3. It's very normal to be awake at 3 a.m. You sleep whenever you can, and you survive. Like, it becomes a habit.
Yeah. So what's the average number of hours, just to give people a sense of what is it going to be
Average.
like?
Okay, so 3 to 4 hours, like, on
Three
an
to four hours.
average.
I'm hoping that, if people who do not get scared by that should continue preparing for the next 4 months, because CAT 2025 is now coming. So I would have some of the not so scary part also. Anshita, tell us, what is not so scary? As in, what is it that you believe is something very, very special about IIM Kozhikode? One thing which you really liked about IIM Kozhikode in the last 1 month. It
Hmm.
can be food also. Because when I went to Lucknow, I really liked the food. So, what is
Okay.
at that?
Uh, so I'm not a picky eater, so I wouldn't be the right person to comment on the food. It's okay for me. Campus, again, I mean, it's a resort, so campus is very good. That stands out for Kozhikode any time, any day. Besides that, I think the culture, the camaraderie that we have here at campus, like, it's we have a batch of such a big batch, such
Mhm.
diversity, but it's like, you don't feel like you're away from home. Like, everybody helps and everybody, and it's a healthy competition, I would say. So yes, the culture is
Right.
very great. Campus is very great.
The campus is very beautiful, right? So I think a lot of people going to IIM Kozhikode always mention that. Perfect. So, Anshita, let me quickly now sort of break down the discussion for today into a few important elements. Let's start from your journey, understanding your journey. So, if you could tell everybody a little bit, about your background, starting for CAT,
Hmm.
and how did you, actually start thinking about CAT, and then, we would move into some of the other sections as well.
Yeah. So I did BSc in chemistry, so it's very odd for me to come to MBA. But post that, I was a UPSC aspirant, so I prepared for UPSC. I took some gap years. I did some internships in that period of time. But I got inspired by my batchmates. One of my batchmates did MBA, so I thought, why not try this? I got interested in the profile of an MBA. Like, post MBA, you get to work on so many things. You get to explore so many fields. Like, it's a very diverse kind of a field where you can figure out while you're working. So it does not happen for, like, if I go in chemistry field, I have a restricted, I would say, line to follow. But for
Correct.
MBA, I can switch between roles, and I had to my aspiration was to get into Blackie because I've heard so much about it. So, like I think I've mentioned it multiple times, but I saw your mock analysis QA part, so that's when I enrolled in MBA Litmus. I really liked how that session went. So, post that, I prepared like showed up to classes, prepared with Litmus. I did the GDPR round with you guys. I showed up for mock interviews, and like the whole journey has been together. And then I got Kozhikode was my best call. I converted it, and now I'm here. So I think the whole part of my CAT journey has been with Litmus. Yeah.
So, Anshita, I think one thing which actually sort of kept reverberating was showed up, showed up, showed up is what I heard. And I think that's how I also look at it. If in case, your journey as a mentor, I believe if there is one word that I have to put it to, it would be consistency. And I would truly, suggest and also advise you that you be consistent inside B school and so on and so forth. You would forever be successful. So I think that's
Yes.
your biggest quality, and that I believe is a very, very important quality for everybody who's preparing for CAT 2025. And Anchita has been one of the most consistent people, whether it is the classroom, whether it is Ratri Sabha, she is going to be everywhere. आप उसको हर जगह spot करोगे कि हर जगह हर क्लास में available है, and doing it very, very consistently at a daily level. Good, because that is required inside the B school also. So, Anshita, a lot of people actually talk about UPSC aspirants getting into B schools, right? And that is also sort of now getting commonplace. Also, generally with UPSC aspirants, you would see 3 to 4 years to 5 years of gap also. Correct. So did that sort of deter you, stop you, being a UPSC aspirant? GDPI में लोग पूछेंगे कि आप, why are you quitting on your dream, etc., etc. And for everybody who's changing their stream, right? People from medicine background are now wanting to get into MBA, and all the people who are changing, and most of all engineers change it like कि हम तो engineering के बाद MBA करने के लिए पैदा हुए हैं. So, but everybody is changing it. So, how did you look at that, when you were sort of changing from UPSC to MBA?
Okay, so there are two, I would say, phases before coming to B school, after coming to B school. My thinking has changed a lot. So before coming to B school, obviously, I was also in a fear that I have gap years. मैंने क्या गुनाह कर दिया है? Why, why did I not go for MBA before this? But I think that, of course, with Litmus, I used to share that in a chat, I have gap years. And when you called me to congratulate me on my percentile, the first thing that I said that I have gap years, and you said that is not what you tell when I ask you about your profile. That is not your profile. Your profile is what you've done. Like, so gap year is not your profile. So I think just talking to the mentors and shutting this thought away and not thinking about it at all before B school has helped me like to come up to the interviews. It is a given that the interview will be curious. What did you do in your gap years? And it's very, if imagine like if I am the interviewer, I would also want to know what the candidate did if he or she was doing something. So
Correct.
you have to just put forth what you did, even if it did not quantify your result. Like I wasn't able to clear, but I know that my personality today, if I am a decisive person, if I am good with current affairs, if I know the geopolitical scenario, it's because I have done UPSC preparation. So
Absolutely.
whatever quality that preparation has brought in me, that should reflect in the interview. It does not matter you have 5 years of gap or if you have 6 years of gap. I also want to mention post entering into the B school, I was very shocked that in my section itself, like a section has 60 people, in my section itself, I have 4 people who are with gap years, some with 3, some with 2, some with 4. So it's very common that you have a gap year. Before entering a B school, you get scared that I am the only one जिसके ये पाप है लिखा हुआ CV पे, but that's not true. Like in the current scenario, people need time to figure out what they want to do. They try for something, then it doesn't work out, they switch, because that is how life is. You have to keep trying till you find this is my space, this is where I can excel, this is where I can get to the top. So you need to figure out, but you should be honest and earnest with each opportunity. It's not like I just took a gap year because मेरा मन नहीं कर रहा था कुछ करने का. That is not what a person, a manager or a MBA aspirant should think like. But if you thought honestly that this is what I want to do, I want to give it a try, I'll give my 100%. Does not work out, does not work out. That's not in your hands.
Absolutely. So, guys, even if you have gap years, you are taking it absolutely from somebody who's achieved, with 4 gap years, that gap year is not your profile. You have everything else in your profile. Obviously, you would have questions around it. तुम्हारा कंपोजिट स्कोर में गैप ईयर नहीं आता है. कंपोजिट स्कोर कैलकुलेशन के अंदर गैप ईयर का कोई लेना देना नहीं है. तो तेरे पास 5 साल भी गैप ईयर होगा, अगर तुम्हारा बाकी चीजें ठीक हैं, स्कोर ठीक है, तो तुम्हें कॉल आ जाएगा. तो अभी स्कोर को मैक्सिमाइज करना है. अंशिता, talking a little bit about how should people go. So all the people who are listening to you now, they have 4 months to go. How would they, prepare in the next 4 months? What is it that you did? Some pointers that you would want to give them.
So definitely I started with mocks. That is one thing that I did start in July and August, if I remember it clearly. And mock analysis was something that I gave a big chunk of time, my time to. And then revision. Once the concepts are done, even if your concepts are not completed right now, it's not a time to panic. You have time, at least take 1 month, complete the concepts, because once the concepts are done, then you can keep revising it weekly or keep revising it every bi-weekly or whatever suits you. And then you have to focus on mocks. Whatever section you think this is my weakness, revise that topic. Come back again, apply that in the next mock. Some other section you think is weaker, do that, repeat this process. And I think you start to crack a pattern, like, okay, this in the 5 mocks I know that this section is not improving. Then you can reach out to the litmus team, you can say that this section is not improving, what do I do specifically for that? And this analytical skill is not just still cat. I think inside the B school you have to see every problem statement like that. Like our profs always say that you can't find an answer if you do not know a question. Like, first define what is the issue, where you are lacking, and then only you can be able to solve it. But for that you have to do the groundwork, you have to give mocks, you have to analyze them, give time to that, and keep revising. So I think that's what I did in the last 4 months. So mock analysis is very important. Attend the mock analysis session, sit with the mock yourself also, equal time on the session and offline.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I think everybody, if you have any questions and queries. So Tarun, Anshita started a little earlier, but I think primarily for everybody, जो main preparation होता है वो लगभग लगभग तेरा 4-5 महीने में ही होता है. ठीक है, हम we are all such people जो एग्जाम के पहले ही पढ़ते हैं. ठीक है, तो उसके पहले एक्चुअली स्टार्ट भी कोई करता है तो तैयारी अच्छे से होती नहीं है. So
Yeah.
primarily तुम्हारा 4 to 5 months if you have, you can start preparing. And in fact, we are also starting with the 125 days program for MBA Litmus. What you can do is you can get started if you believe that this is something which can help you out, and prepare in a structured manner with personalized guidance, and you are able to connect with mentors also. Okay. I think one important element which I tell you everybody is that if you have anything which is bothering you regarding your profile, keep that aside or discuss it once with us and then put it on hold. Do not, let it sort of bother you too much. Otherwise, then you are going to really lose track of a lot of time. And अभी थोड़ा टाइम पहले मैं एक स्टूडेंट से बात कर रहा था, सुजीत, हु इज सेइंग मी, वो इज टेलिंग मी कि सर मैं तो पढ़ ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ. मेरा गैप ईयर है, मैं गैप ईयर के बारे में ही सोचता रहता हूँ और मेरी पढ़ाई नहीं हो पाती है. सो आई थिंक इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट दैट वी हैड Anshita come in and join in into this discussion. And for all the people who are now preparing, she was also at the same place 1 year back with MBA Litmus. She was preparing, and effectively we all have the same kind of thought process, right? कि भाई मेरा कैसे होगा, क्या होगा मेरा. We are all sort of thinking कि कैसे. But one thing which I tell you is stay consistent, follow a proper structured plan. Whenever you have difficulties, reach out to your mentors and make yourself a very streamlined structure, a process, and then just follow the process. Mock analysis, again, as Anshita mentioned, very, very important. Do that absolutely properly. Okay. I'm hoping that this is clear to you. Okay. Rohan is saying कि can you recommend, अरे भाई, our own student. चलो अब आगे चलते हैं. So Rohan, you can connect with us, sharing the contact. You can check out the programs and then start with us. Okay. All right दोस्तों, आई एम होपिंग कि समझ में आया होगा. आई एम होपिंग कि मजा आया होगा. जो भी आपको फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से क्वेरीज या डाउट्स हैं वो आप चैट में शेयर कर सकते हैं. इफ यू हैव एनी अदर डाउट्स, you can share it with me. I will share it with Anshita and I'll share the answer back with you. Okay. We'll keep bringing her back for a lot of discussions, during the season, during the GDPI season also. So stay tuned and do make sure that you subscribe to the channel. That was Anshita, boys and girls. Thank you so much, Anshita, for joining in. From IIM Kozhikode Live, we have Anshita from God's Own Campus. देख रहे हो कहाँ से लोगों को लेके आ रहे हैं हम कैंपस. God's Own Campus से लोग आ रहे हैं आपसे मिलने के लिए एंड आपको मोटिवेट करने के लिए. Okay. Ayush is saying, Anshita, what were the respective strategies for the three sections? So if you could quickly, let's say, summarize your strategies for the three sections, Anshita.
Sure. So first, I was scared for quant. So quant I did diligently. So I did not skip any topic. It wasn't like I'll not do modern maths, I'll not do number system, because there are lesser number of questions there. But I noticed that there are lesser number of questions, but they are relatively easier. So if I skip that topic as a whole, I wouldn't be able to do it, even attempt a question if an easier question pops up. So definitely doing all the topics, and for that I used to do weekly. So like 1 week I'll do, like I think Litmus also follows. I don't know about this year, but past year we followed like weekly. So we'll do arithmetic a week and then algebra a week. So that same I used to follow myself also, because that helps us to just focus on one topic in a week. So just focus on that topic and then solve that problems. For DLR, I used to attend all the sessions, do as versatile questions as possible. You can always refer to the past year papers, but for DLR, I think it's the section selection, the set selection that depends, the strategy that you put in that also matters there. So I think the Himanshu sir taught us how to do that. So it's very important, because once you've selected a set, how that set is being solved determines whether next set will be solved or not. So that set selection is very important. So keep practicing with a timer. I think what we do is, when we practice DLR, we just pick a question and we take our time. We do half an hour for one set, and we solve it, and we think that we are done. But that is not the point, because in exam there's a timer pressure. So do it with timers. And for VRC, I think I used to read. You have to read every day without break. Even if you're not practicing RC, even if you're not practicing the grammar part, read every day. That inherently improves your English, your VRC, and then obviously you have to practice. So I used to do quant daily, and then DILR and VRC on alternative days.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Anshita. I'm hoping that clears your question, Ayush, as well. And for everybody else, do drop in your comments. How did you like it? Stay tuned. Do not get demotivated. Keep putting in your efforts. And if in case you need any of our help, do reach out. Thank you so much, Anshita, for joining in. God bless you.
Thank you.
And do really, really well at IIM Kozhikode as well. And see you then again the next time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All the best to the aspirants this year. You guys are gonna kill it. Don't worry. Just focus on your preparations right now.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's say bye bye to Anshita. Bye bye, everyone. God bless. Bye bye.